visuals, welcome on the channel and welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week where I like to get damn right down and nerdy and do loads of cool motherfucking shit like organise Funkos and collections and Lego and just shit everywhere and stuff. But more specifically, we don't really organise on the channel. Shit at organising. We like to talk about comic books, and more specifically, we especially love to talk about Godzilla in comic books visuals, because I picked up the new issue of The Horror of Godzilla, and I thought, yeah, we need to do a video on this. At the time I'm recording, it's been out for a week or so, but I think by the time this video comes out, it's probably been a couple of weeks. Oh my God, did I show you a good enough look at the cover there? And we will get it out in a second, whatnot. But visuals, can I just say, right, there isn't too much to break down in terms of complexity of like, oh, and the meaning of this. This is just Godzilla turned up to 1,000,000 and just be like, yeah, look, it's Godzilla. Whoa, he's going to fight Kaiju. No, this is, when they say it's the horror of Godzilla, this is the fucking horror of Godzilla. There will be spoilers as well. And like I said, there isn't too much to review in terms of like, shitloads of dialogue and shit. It's just more like, what the fuck is happening? But I need to share it with you guys because there's an amazing some artwork in there's an amazing some artwork in this. There's great artwork in this of carnage and destruction and melting flesh and monsters. Oh, it was beautiful. It's always a brilliant idea when I do these with one hand. That get that out there. You can actually have a proper look at the cover without the light reflecting off the plastic and shit. Look how just monstrous and disgusting and fucking carnage this is. Now, this is IDW. This isn't any of the Godzilla Marvel shit we've got over the last year or so. Origin of Guyz. I don't know who that is, so let me know in the comments below what or who that is. Origin of Guyz. Or is that just, or is it going to be like Kaiju, but like, I don't fucking know, I'm an absolute idiot. But Parker, Sheridan, and Jones did this. Again, I don't think I know who they are. But whoever they are, they made a phenomenal book. Let's quickly tell you the overall story. We start off quite early. This is like one of the earliest sort of days of Godzilla and shit. We have 1954. And we're in a courtroom. We're talking to these two scientists. And they're basically like, Godzilla's already been unleashed at this point and stuff. And they're getting grilled by the judge or whoever the fuck it is. Basically saying, oh, did you realise that you woke up this monster? Because we get these two doctors. And let me tell you their names, and that might help out a little bit. We have Dr. Olivia Morrison, and what the fuck's the blokey called? Because there's a bloke that hasn't rocked up. Where the fuck? Dr. Yuji's the partner, right? Okay, so we have these two that have been working on all this shit. They've been employed by this company, which we find out later, after all the events of Godzilla coming out and doing what Godzilla does. They've sort of dismantled and have made it look like they don't exist and stuff anymore. And these two doctors are getting the full rap. But they're getting grilled, and they're basically saying, we saw this source coming from the bottom of the ocean. We potentially woke it up, and it went absolutely nuts. But we felt like there was some good that can come from it, because we felt like we could use the energy and have, like, you know, energy and stuff like for humanity. We didn't realize we're waking up, you know, a god itself to bring the destruction, where humanity has no weapons or no technology or nothing to bring it down or nothing to quell the storm that is Godzilla. We're going to see some fucking shenanigans from this particular Godzilla. And that's basically the overall story. Like I said, there's a back and forward, and you know, the doctor, she's being told that, oh, you could be spending the rest of your life in jail. She's like, yeah, I'm fully accepting of this. They're like, did you realize what you were doing at the time and stuff? They're like, no, we thought we were doing some good. We were employed to do this sort of thing. And then it all just went to fucking shit. And now we've released sheer death. Fuck me, it's crazy. The opening page, because we all like it when I read, because I do such a terrible job at it and stuff like that. But this is one of those moments that felt as if it would never truly arrive. I'm frightened, Olivia. I'm terrified of bringing more death into this world. What we stand on, the precipice of here, this isn't a weapon, Yuji. What you and I have discovered is the essence of God itself. And what does God do? Click, but bring life. That's our little intro, and then we just get straight into this story, and you're like, what the fuck? And we see straight away after this, this is them clicking the button, as I showed you at the start there. It's breathtaking. It's nothing like I pictured it. Angry, like it's raging tempest. I was going to say green, and we just get this fucking sheer explosion, carnage and whatnot. And that's when we get autumn 1954 in Tokyo, Japan, I should have said as well, sorry. And we get Doctor, the lady here, talking away, trying to have a quick smoke on the roof and that. She's in the middle of like a court hearing and stuff. And it's she's looking out on the ruins of what she inevitably caused. Obviously, didn't mean to, but what she caused. You think, okay, I understand that's a kind of wreckage we would expect to see in terms of a Godzilla marching around sort of battle shenanigans. But trust me, it gets way worse. That's not just all of it. I'll try and give you some of the back and forth here of the obviously you can see there that Yuji has, without spoiling the next page, Yuji, that's where he should have been sat, but he's not sat. So I think it's just the judge, whoever. Where the hell is the other one? The other scientist, the partner, he's not here. Well, I can see that, can't I? And we do get like swearing and stuff like in this in here. You need to tell us how this happened. I was hired into a research station in Tokyo. We were looking for renewable energy solutions in unlikely places, and this is where we're going about whatnot. And then we get this little box here that just says, we have to face the fact that we are experiencing an extinction level threat. And we just see this fucking gorgeous, terrifying, but gorgeous fucking picture of Zilla rising up from the depths of the ocean, just ready to cause havoc. And like I said, it's not just regular havoc. We get to, this is all the any bit that I say here, because we get these flashback moments. It's related from it's translated from Japanese, and we see him arise and awaken. Like, look at that. Look at, I always say it'd be amazing having the Detta being killed like by Godzilla. Like, the last thing you see is him marching through the fucking city streets. Obviously, I'm joking, but I instantly changed my mind when I see this. And we get little bits like this changed from Japanese into English. Man's most powerful defense, our greatest structures. What is that? Whoa. And then we see Godzilla are nothing in the face of it, and we're just seeing shots like this of Godzilla just fucking going nuts. And again, we keep getting these back and forwards, and we're seeing the kind of destruction and carnage and damage and whatnot that Godzilla's doing. Everyone's trying to get out of town. People getting in cars, people trying to flee, and just like I said, get out of town as quickly as they possibly can. And just look at the carnage and chaos and the thunder, the green thunder that Godzilla's bringing with him to Tokyo, just fucking going nuts. And again, like I said, back and forward, back into the court case. So like I said, it's back and forward, and people speaking about, did you know it was going to kill as many people? Do you know how many people you've inadvertently killed and stuff? And we're just seeing this monstrous carnage. I want to get into, like, this is one of the, it's fucked. So here's Godzilla roaming around doing some shit, and we see some like rain falling down and melting people's skins away, and it's fucking me. It's did you bring the rain? Oh no. And then we get like sizzling and burning and melting away and shit. Everyone get inside now. There's some sort of chemical agent or a, and then we just stop there. Please, oh my god, did you see his skin just melt away? Close your eyes, honey, don't look. And obviously there's people trying to look after their kids and all this kind of shit. It's not just melting away though. I will show you in a sec. Oh my god, there literally is not, this is the horror of Godzilla, isn't it? Because obviously a lot of the horror that Godzilla brings isn't just him, it's what he brings with him. And again, this is a different version of Godzilla that I haven't personally seen. I don't think we have seen like Shin Godzilla and stuff like that, just bringing some horrible shit, but this is on a different fucking level. And again, people trying to hide away and stuff like that. I told you, there's not too much to break down in terms of like story and whatnot. I just want to show you guys the cool epic panels. Again, more people getting hit with this weird minging acid rain stuff. Again, the court is just more back and forward and whatnot. But this is the final shot, and this is where you go, oh, it wasn't just acid rain melting away their skin. Kaiju will lead the way to a brighter future. It's Kaiju. Am I being an idiot? Is it like a name for Kaiju? I think so. But it wasn't just melting their skin away. It was turning them into little monsters and stuff. And I think they do mention that in the court. I will show you that shot again, actually, because I didn't show you that for too long there. I was frightened, Commander. The world is literally everything. The world is literally everything is a stake. Forgive me, but there are some terms here that we'll need to define. I thought they mentioned like the monsters and shit like that they turn into. Or maybe I overlooked it or misread it or whatever. Probably I'm an idiot. But yeah, we just get this fucking minging chaos, and then that's the end of this particular issue. We get some of these really cool variant covers, which are amazing. Some of them are a little bit silly for this. Like we have Godzilla in the form of Halloween, but look how amazing some of these cover. Like look at that one there. That black and white one's beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. That's terrifying, to be fair. Nice, terrifying. I like the cover that we've got, cover A. Beautiful. That is quite fun. What does that say in the thingy? The night it arrived. The night it arrived. Fuck me. But yeah, visuals, like I said, not too much to break down there, and I do apologise that it wasn't too much of a story to break down, But if I'm going to get issue 2 and issue 3 and issue 4, blah, 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 however long this goes on for. If you want me to carry on with this, let me know in the comments below. I was planning on doing Absolute Green Arrow and shit this week, but I had to do this just because it was gorgeous. And we all know how much we love Godzilla here on the channel. But there we go. Visuals of the Horror of Godzilla issue 1 reviewed. Very poorly, but fuck it. We know what the crack is by now with me and reviewing shit. I love that. 10 out of 10. Beautiful, amazing. Like I said, even if it was just for the cover and the shots. I keep calling them shots. The tiles and shit alone, I would buy it just for that. But there we go. Visuals the Horror of Godzilla. Even though you're a horror and you're scary, I still fucking love you. It's ridiculous. It's like an abusive relationship. He's just killing everyone and whatnot, and like potentially going to kill me. And I'm like, I still love you. Visuals, thank you for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. And remember to keep being you and keep on web slinging out.